past is gradually coming to light. My past is gradually coming to light.
Let the valuation begin.
Wretched, fleeting.
Let the asset valuation begin. Still no repayment?
You'll pay for this.
The knight's duty is my guiding light. The beauty is eternal.
Easy, Numby. Easy. valuation begin.
My oath is to a solitary rose. The beauty is eternal!
Still no repayment?
Wretched, fleeting! Until I see that light once more. I will protect all beauty in the universe! Drilla.
This battle
Market
is
is unpredictable.
unavoidable.
Ah, right! Investing in victory means playing the long game!
The time is now. Lend me your strength.
Don't forget the entrance!
The fight is set.
Project wrapped!
Pity, you chose the wrong enemy.
Well timed.
Receive divinity.
Unnecessary.
Easy, Numby. Easy. Liquidation!
You'll pay for this. Evildoer.
Let the asset valuation begin. Patch them up, Numby! Hi, this is Toba speaking. 여보세요? Hi.好, 知道了. Sure thing.
Sound lingers.
Continue patrols. Halt!
I wonder what that is. All things are as one. So what? I won't surrender. Dodge this! Naughty children, don't listen. You're in bad shape. There's more to life than drawing breath. You'll do.
Wanna see what I can do?
Every petal in life's garden will be swept away by the wind of time.
Take this! Shape of Taishu! Rise, Phoenix! No more playing nice. Dodge this!
Time for a shot. Nap time. Eternal melody.
Let me through, or I'll go through you! Yeah!
In custody. Who's next? Spirit be gone! Spirit be gone! Spirit be gone! Spirit be gone!
careful.
The smell of sin is thick. I shall judge you for the 10 lords.
Vines and veins! Masters of immortality!
I'm okay.
Oh! Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for good old counterattack!
Naughty children, don't listen. Savor the vigor of it. No amnesty for the Mara struck. Do you admit this crime? You don't know how serious this is. Recount your sins. By the will of the 10 lords. The 10 lords decree, hereby ordained.
To my heart's content!
Commencing support. Inputting commands.
Time for a shot. Just in time. Just a little something. Think nothing of it. I will remember your kindness. Nap time.
By the order of the 10 lords! Execute the Mara-struck! No amnesty for the Mara-struck.
Give it up.
Oh! Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for good old counterattack!
Savor the vigor of it.
Hi, this is Toga. Speaking. 여보세요? Hi. 好，知道了。嗯。
RUAN MEI. A name that's both new and familiar.
I thought Member 4, Pokakakamon, had gotten rid of most of the Society members. I didn't have a lot of hope for this. Oh, look who's here.
You're back!
Of course! This is a summit between three geniuses.
It's a special time. All departments are preparing to welcome distinguished guests from the Genius Society. Madame RUAN MEI doesn't like fanfare and probably wouldn't appreciate a crowd to welcome her, so I asked the researchers to keep things simple.
I took her to see the portraits of the Society members a few days ago. I wanted to have the researchers make one for her as well, but she declined the offer. I don't get it. Whatever, as long as she's happy.
I heard Miss RUAN MEI likes snacks and pastries, so I asked the researchers to prepare some traditional desserts from the blue. All of them seemed to tickle her fancy.
That's like asking, is Herda a great person? The answer is obvious.
Miss RUAN MEI is the very image of a scholar. I heard she once took a little vacation on a desert planet. By the time she left, she'd miraculously created a boom in the local ecology.
She just wanted somewhere uninhabited to experiment with her life spiral system. RUAN MEI is certainly very talented, but she hardly interacts with anyone. She lives like a hermit. Pity. Anyway, what more needs to be said for someone smart enough to become Herda's research partner, Hurry up and head out! Huh? See if you can find her.
I'm not sure, but she doesn't seem to get around much. She spends most of her time between the Master Control Zone and the railway platform. Maybe you can start your search there.
There's someone next to the railway platform. Could she be...
I have a feeling we're on the right track.
I'll check the data when I get back.
Hello. I hope I didn't startle you. This is a work habit of mine. Using touch to open my senses and letting the details of your biological existence flood into my brain helps me understand your construction as a living organism. Such is the basis of deconstruction and reconstruction. Do not be concerned. You are very healthy. In fact, impeccably so. A perfect experimental specimen. I like perfect experimental specimens. Oh, really? I expect the views here had me lost in thought. I don't usually go in and out of the space station, and only discovered today that it was blessed with such calm, open views. It is a wonderful fit for the sweet fragrance of lotus leaves, plum blossoms, sticky rice, and frosting sugar. Come here. Look. The blue planet is directly below us. It is so full of life. This dessert is very delicious. Here, take half. Delicious desserts remind people of how flowers look when they bloom. Ingest this dessert one bite at a time, and the sweetness will linger in your mouth. I hope you like it too. So, what do you think? I can certainly prepare more for you. It's become somewhat of a tradition to bring strawberry pastries when I visit Stephen Lloyd. His attendance seems quite dependent on them. An outstanding dessert. 10 grams of cubed sugar, 1 dried and salt-preserved plum blossom. Baking and cooking are the same as nurturing a universe. The heat must be controlled, planning must be meticulous, and one must not panic, no matter what happens. Unfortunately, there are still too many people in the space station. The clamor is not fitting for desserts. By the way, do you remember what my research is about?
No. My research area is short stories about toilets. Huh? What's going on? What am I talking about?
I see. What a cute hobby. But remember, the next time something like this happens, it's crucial to mask your expression until you've ascertained the situation. If not, you'll be full of weaknesses that others can see through. Let's try again. Now, what else would you like to ask?
The dessert was tasty. I would like more. Why can't I say what I want to say?
You have quite the appetite. All right, I'll give you the recipe. Come and have a walk with me. A stroll is the most appropriate post-dessert activity. As the masses depart, there's an enveloping calm here. Just like in the no man's land. My apologies. It appears my words have left you perplexed. Please, don't be on edge. I bear no ill will. I haven't interfered with your linguistic faculties. Such an act would be impolite. I merely made a minor adjustment. A few days ago, I made my interest in you known to Herta. My intention is for you to serve as an assistant. Based on our interactions within the simulated universe, I firmly believe you fit the bill. I find extending trust beyond myself is challenging. A single error in detailed research can generate issues, and I despise matters that escape my control. Therefore, I added anti-truth serum to this dessert. It will not harm you. However, you will be unable to say what you truly think when answering questions related to me. Treat it as a layer of protection. This will shield my research and your personal safety. Once the problems have been dealt with, I'll give you the antidote. I can also reward you as compensation for being my assistant. I will fulfill your every wish. Does that bother you? I believe we will be able to be frank with each other, but that needs time. When I first arrived on the space station, I borrowed the phase flame from Herta. It's an invention of member number 29 Circle. I hope to be enlightened by other society members' results. A surge of creativity led me to explore the cultivation of life on the space station. In my imagination, these life forms would be a new variety that are born as geniuses. I plan to name them after Lambda, member number 8 of the Genius Society. I don't know where it went wrong. They possess their own sentience, but are nowhere near geniuses. Moreover, my free-range approach seems to have backfired. In a lab leak incident a few days ago, some of these little life forms ran away and scattered all over the space station. I do not wish for Herta or Asta to be involved in this. Therefore, I'm hoping you can assist in recovering these little life forms. I do trust you. This has nothing to do with them. Besides, the more people involved, the more problems there will be. The researchers are still treating these entities as visitors. I want to steer clear of making my presence known, so as not to cause undue disturbances. I entrust this to you. Once the little life forms are collected, simply find a proper place for them. The researchers in the Department of Ecology should know about this, and provide you with suitable advice. As the masses depart, there's an enveloping calm here. Just like the no man's land I ventured to in the past. Yes, my mother and I once spent 11 long polar nights there.
It's hard for a wanderer to find rest in this world.
What? A place where the space station stores dangerous experimental results? Why would anyone want to know that? Wait, did someone send you here to try to get things out of me? I'm not doing any private business on the space station. I have absolutely no knowledge of any special hiding places. And I certainly haven't sold any old junk rare treasures or discarded curios or anything like that. I'm not hiding anything at all. You're the sneaky one. What do you want? I won't talk to you if you don't tell me why you're here. Oh, that. You've got pretty good contacts if you know that already. The space station is a mess. Everyone's already swamped as it is. And now out of nowhere, there's a bunch of little creatures popping up. If you want to solve the problem, go check out the storage zone. Then you'll understand.
Howdy, couple. All the good taste of couple cup.
Pity, you chose the wrong enemy.
Let the asset valuation begin. Patch them up, Numby!
The market is unpredictable.
Ah! Right! Investing in victory means playing the long game!
The time is now. Lend me your strength.
Easy, Numby. Easy. Don't forget the entrance!
A blade's edge knows no mercy. Your end approaches.
Receive divinity.
Unnecessary.
It's a bull market. Project wrapped.
There are so many people. This seems to be the place.
Hey, guess what I got my hands on? Word on the street is that this is the downgraded version of MEI's life cultivation formula. It says 10 carats of ingenuity, 1 ton of practice, 30 particles of Starquake, and a few drops of poisonous liquor for Madame Eugene. Let's give it a shot, shall we? First things first, we need to pick out the ingredients. We need to add some other good stuff in, but don't go overboard. And now we mix them together. Wait! It says on the recipe, RUAN MEI makes different expressions when nurturing life. Yikes. Take a look at what you just cultivated.
RUAN MEI, member 81 of the Genius Society, a resounding name in science and the veritable epitome of lifeform cultivation. Researchers here have heard so much about, but once she arrived on the space station, she just took over everything. And what did Madame hurt to do? Absolutely nothing.
Never fear, the galactic baseballer is here.
I can't even say that.
Molten cheese tart is the best. Its outlook is infectious. Its positive mood has influenced us all. What's our slogan again? 1. Stop complaining. Change your attitude and use the delicious molten cheese tart to stop the flow of negative energy. 2. Energize yourself. Increase your capacity for action and walk on the path of molten cheese tart's absolute conviction.
Our creed, molten cheese tart is the best. Oh, praise be! You don't know? Molten cheese tart is Madame RUAN MEI's top fan. This is how it preaches. Those who offer their love are expressing admiration and affection for Miss RUAN MEI. Oh, let me tell you something. Mr. Screwthum's followers are all very logical, but they're just awaiting the arrival of the mechanical aristocracy. Since you're so interested, I'll tell you how to secure an audience with the Honorable Molten Cheese Tart. You'll need to work hard to get there. You need to plaster hearts wherever Madame RUAN MEI has been. If you're sincere enough, the Honorable Molten Cheese Tart will show itself.
Madame Ranmei is very picky when it comes to snacks. Do you...
I don't know about her, so I really...
Did I ask about your favorite?
So this is the little life form Ranmei made?
I am humbled to meet the molten cheese tart. What are you frozen in place for? Oh, you don't understand the honorable tart. That's okay. No worries for situations like this. We've specifically concocted a synesthesia beacon.
Wakaka! I'm a genius among geniuses! That was way too risky.
Oh, Molten Cheese Tart says Madame Ranmei has finally recognized my ingenuity. Molten Cheese Tart says, does Madame Ranmei recognize me as a masterpiece? Molten Cheese Tart says, Madame Ranmei still has not recognized me as a life form that passes the requirements. I need to work harder. Oh, such an enthusiastic Molten Cheese Tart. There's a kind of attachment reserved for the creator. To the world, you are but one person. But to me, you are the entire world. Oh, Madame Ronmei. Hey, you! Yes, you! Don't you have anything you want to say to Molten Cheese Tart? You should at least express how you would like to follow Molten Cheese Tart. We wouldn't want to mistake you for an agent of gray bean paste, would we?
You heartless dessert!
I almost forgot. I can't say anything about Ronmei.
You! Shh! Quiet! Oh, the Honorable Molten Cheese Tart may have a crispy exterior, but deep down inside, it's incredibly sensitive and delicate. It's working so hard just to get Madame Ronmei's attention! You see, the Honorable Molten Cheese Tart has always been fighting against gray bean paste in terms of flavor. The Honorable Molten Cheese Tart is a firm believer that people's lives need to be optimistic. They both hope to receive Madame Ronmei's recognition and have been working so hard. You need to call it the Honorable Molten Cheese Tart. It's genuinely puzzling. Despite Molten Cheese Tart's remarkable qualities, why hasn't Madame Ronmei acknowledged it? It's clear that it yearns for her love. Love from the creator to her creation? Familiar love? Doesn't sound right. Romantic love? Definitely not. I don't know. Expecting me to understand love is like asking me to map the farthest reaches of the universe. Remember, as long as love is your compass, you're on the right track. And in the wise words of the Honorable Molten Cheese Tart, love must be shouted from the rooftops. That depends if the Honorable Tart agrees to it. Oh? The Honorable Molten Cheese Tart has agreed.
Time for a break. Silent mode activated.
You're here. Herta called Screwlum and I to the space station to discuss some important topics. She also sent an invite to Steven, but he didn't reply, and Herta didn't seem to want to wait any longer. And now, I wish for you to attend this meeting with me. I don't want Herta to worry herself over these frivolous matters, even though she probably wouldn't care anyway. Just in case, I want someone who will be on my side. In other words, you. Help me. It'll be easy. Just remember, my secret stays with you, don't pry too much, and keep your expressions in check. All right, let's go.
Hi, RUAN MEI! I've been waiting for you. Oh, you're here too? Looks like you two have become quite friendly.
It's good to see you, sir. Affirmation. This reunion has happened earlier than my calculations predicted.
Though you weren't invited, I welcome you to remember this historical moment. How long has it been since 3 geniuses were in the same room together? And how long will we have to wait for it to happen again?
Affirmative. Discounting our discussions on the simulated universe, our interactions are scarce. I look forward to the innovative ideas that may emerge from this juxtaposition of minds.
Let me get straight to the point. I think it's time to find another partner for the simulated universe.
You wish to kick Steven out?
No, of course not. Steven doesn't want to get involved and voted to abstain. Oh, whatever. Look, I respect the way people want to live, but he doesn't have the chance to be involved in this decision-making anymore.
Question. Are we introducing a 5th partner for the simulated universe?
Yes, a 5th genius. The reason for our gathering is clear to everyone present. What else could prompt such a gathering of brilliant minds except for the answer? No one can refuse the secret of the eons. Not even Xandar. We'll definitely get a response.
What if the responder is Polka Kakamond?
That'd be great! Hey, Lord of Silence, are you listening? I'm member number 83, Herta, and I want to meet you. I believe you and I will have a lot to talk about.
It's unlikely we'll hear from Polka Kakamond. She's been off the grid for quite some time. Probability, member number 64, Dr. Primitive, may appear.
That's a hard pass. Given Dr. Primitive's shady research practices and his tussle with the Galaxy Rangers, the IPC will surely turn this into a media circus. He can get lost. I'd prefer it if the simulated universe remained scandal-free. What about you, Qingtu? Are you still in touch with her, RUAN MEI? Is she still alive?
Can we ask him to leave if we are to discuss this topic? The process will be long and boring. There's no need to take up other people's time.
Of course! You brought him in after all. It's up to you.
All right. Let me walk you out.
And what the heck is this?
Seems like a programming error.
Oh, this fragment of RUAN MEI. Have you seen it in the simulated universe before?
It's probably an isolated glitch.
Fine. I'm used to turning a blind eye to these things. It makes life easier. I am curious, though. Are you gonna keep it, RUAN?
I probably will. Records indicate he likes this occurrence.
All right, I agree. As long as it helps you with your research, you can do whatever you want.
Come along. I'll see you out.
Hi, this is Toga speaking. 여보세요? Hi.好, 知道了. Sure thing. Hi, this is Toga speaking.
It appears I was overthinking things. Impulsive behavior is pretty characteristic of her, after all. Thankfully, it was just a minor scare. Still, meetings give me such a headache. It seems I'll have to stay put for a while. I see that you've recovered the life form in the Master Control Zone. Thank you. Well done. I was simply being overly cautious. It is a habit of mine. Apologies. There are some things that I must tell you now. If I wait for the meeting to finish, then it might be too late. The retrieval of my life forms isn't complete yet. There's more than just one, and some are stored in a sealed zone. Herta uses that place to welcome visitors from across the stars, or to welcome members of the Genius Society. However, due to the Legion's invasion, it is no longer open to the public. And now my headache is stored there. There's much you don't know about the space station, and even more about Herta. But there is some information I can give you. That place is also used to welcome non-humanoid visitors, and has a shuttle that connects to outer space. I'm giving you my access card. Give me your hand, and I'll input your fingerprint into it. Stay vigilant, Assistant. Should you come across a threat you can't handle, just alert me. I'll come to your aid no matter what. Remember, there is a giant incubator in the middle of the zone. That's where my headache is stored. Once you're back, come find me on the railway platform. Then you'll understand everything.
Let's wait and see.
That which is seized must be repaid. Allow me to see you off.
It's a full market. Catch them up, Numby!
This battle is unavoidable. A decisive moment in the battle.
The fight is set.
We shall take back what we lost.
What would a sealed zone look like?
Buzz.
What's up with this unit? It looks different from the one in the Master Control Zone.
Buzz. Madam Herta, open zone. Buzz. High risk zone. Buzz. Service staff, inorganic life forms. Buzz. Permission status. Madam Ron May. Permissions granted. Madam Herta, fine. As long as it keeps her happy. Buzz. Buzz, I am a twin of the rice-frying robot. I am the leftover rice-frying robot. Buzz. Maintain zone operation. Job of inorganic life forms. Buzz. Welcome, Buzz. Visitor, how can I help? Fry leftover rice. Buzz. Fry leftover rice. Buzz. Welcome, visitor. What do you need? Buzz. Conclusion. You cannot enter. Probability 50%. Other paths are open. Assessment. Seeking directions. Buzz. Suggestion. Proceed to basement. Locate records of cultivation path. Buzz. Fry leftover rice. Buzz fry leftover.
Kindling for the phase flame is fascinating. Unfortunately, before the research could be completed, it vanished. I've initiated new attempts. The growth status of the two samples this time is promising. I incorporated personal taste preferences into the concept, but I'm uncertain about the outcome of such an action. They simultaneously possess two sets of emotional traits. They are at once cute, weak, sentimental, and sensitive, yet are also fierce, instigating, demanding, and confident. Interestingly, they also possess a kind of inclination, a yearning for their creator. It manifests as a natural, inherent emotion, similar to that of a baby towards its mother. Life towards sustenance, or the peculiar bond between humans.
Huh? What's that sound out there? This is the headache Rangmei mentioned? It's just a different flavor. I'm not one of Rangmei's recognized works. Too much negative energy. Don't like negative energy. Why am I a failure? What's that noise? Follow me. It'll be okay. I need to find a place for this little one. That sound seems to be from that locked room. How do I get in?
Pity, you chose the wrong enemy.
Easy, Nambi. Easy. Liquidation!
This battle is unavoidable. To guard and defend. Crush them!
The dead will return!
Savor it in my place.
Receive divinity. That which is seized must be repaid.
Fail. Defend you.
Let's wait. That which is seized must be repaid. Abyss flower, bloom.
Patch them up, Numby! The time is now! Lend me your strength!
Your end approaches.
Will return!
The time is now! Lend me your strength!
This sword needs sharpening.
Liquidation! Ah! Right! Investing in victory means playing the long game! The time is now! Lend me your strength! To guard and defend. Crush them!
The fight is set.
Receive divinity.
Make good the loss. Savor it in my place.
This sword needs sharpening.
Abyss flower, bloom.
Unnecessary.
The dead will return!
That which is seized must be repaid.
Smash him up, Numby!
The time is now. Lend me your strength.
Your end approaches.
A moment's excitement, nothing more.
I never imagined there'd be so many of them. You are here too? Seems like this is the other end of that one-way path.
The final days that member number 23 at Cha spent in the mechanical city showed me that even the longest of lives, such as hers, have a limit. I'm now certain that the outcome of this cultivation is failure. Life can exist in thousands of different forms, which means the form itself has no purpose. These life forms are very advanced in their own concepts, and can even trigger chain reactions such as synesthesia, but that is not what I desire. I'm starting to feel lost. Perhaps the question, what is the essence of life, never had an answer. Member 1, Sandar, have you ever felt this loss? Or resigned?
Are you telling me to keep going?
Life is countless and varied in form. I firmly believe in that. Its beauty is like a myriad of flowers, and I want to pluck the one that never wilts. The patterns of all things always have complicated and enchanting exteriors, while their inner essences remain simple and plain. If we were to trace things back to their roots, just one equation would be enough to solve the confusion of all life. Ever since I was a child, I have always delighted in observing aspects of microscopic creatures, such as the speed with which slime molds devour objects. I have also gazed far and wide across the macroscopic world, investigating the progress of the universe up to this day. It was all very simple. I wish to discover the true essence of life, something that all individuals possess unknowingly, whether it is the materialism of their existence or an unknown entity beyond corporeal realms. To avoid blind faith in science, I cautiously raised a query. Would MEI be able to peel away external influences? Just like pinpointing a coordinate, would she be able to uncover life's most primordial and beautiful form of existence? I thought of one life form that would truly lie beyond my reach, and that is...
time is now. Lend me your strength.
The fight is set.
Troublesome. Investing in victory means playing the long game!
Evildoer.
Make good the loss.
A moment's excitement, nothing more. Ha-ha!
Sounds fit. Stay here for a bit. Did something just open?
Hiya! The enjoyment of collecting.
Hidden room. Buzz. Only Madame RUAN MEI has permissions. Please submit your ID. Buzz. Permissions granted. Buzz. Select from the below services. 1. Check historical incubation records. 2. Inorganic lifeform companionship chat service. This function has been damaged. Buzz.
Is this?
I thought of one life form that would truly lie beyond my reach. And that is an emanator. I cannot comprehend what an emanator is. Scholars view them as the executors of the Eon's power. So, when did it begin? And at what point did they become closer to the Eons than any other life form? At first, I tried to create a genius. I failed. That question has no solution yet, and a long journey of discovery still lies ahead. However, erudition isn't the only path in the universe. If we set logic aside, would there be more primitive and pure emanators on other paths? Of course there would be. Hazy Ronth. I was able to see the beginning and end of the swarm disaster through the simulated universe, obtain data on the Imperator and Sectorum and their descendants, replicate them, nurture them, and create a brand new scientific discipline. It is a logical decision. I will certainly succeed. The entity that I reconstruct will bloom into a life never before seen. Will Herta and Screwlum like this experiment? Most likely not. Therefore, before they realize what I am doing, I must hurry my work, as well as find a fitting assistant.
Permission granted. Buzz. Select from the below services. 1. Check visitor records. 2. Open incubator entrance. Permission granted. Buzz.
That sound's coming from above.
Let's wait and see.
The moon shines on the truth.
That which is seized must be repaid. Abyss flower, bloom.
Unnecessary.
Allow me to see you off.
A blade of moonlight. Do not concern yourself with the outcome. The moon shines on the truth.
Pity, you chose the wrong enemy.
Stand down and I'll spare you. A blade of moonlight.
Too little.
This battle is unavoidable. Lend me your strength.
Ready for death?
There's someone in the distance. Who is that?
Here, a genius move. And how will you counter it? Only an idiot would ask such a question. Just move this here. You look distressed. Something the matter? If that's the case, you better get thinking.
Are you waiting for a sign? Time is ticking. Descend via the elevator. What you seek is there. Have you considered whether the answer to your question will be of any relevance to our current predicament? If a question is of no help, then don't ask it. Time is clearly precious to the both of us. Never mind. Allow me to clarify something. I know exactly who you are, and I'm aware you are in Ron May's employ. This was not my intended destination. I just happened to find my way here during my visit and saw what she was up to. My goals are roughly aligned with yours. Since you're here, I won't intercede. But should you fail, I will be forced to prevent some avoidable misfortunes. That's all you need to know. Just 2 paragraphs. Very effective communication. I can't stand discourtesy, even when it comes from myself. The real Ron May's creation is hidden in the giant incubator below us. Go. Take the elevator and bear witness to this genius masterpiece.
station has an area this big?
An enemy worthy of your attention is a formidable enemy. Let's wait and see.
The moon shines on the truth.
An emanator of propagation clone? How can that be?
Receive divinity.
Good as new. Might be trickier to crack. Time for a buzz. This battle is unavoidable. Evildoer. Can you let me have some fun this time?
Abyss flower, bloom.
Save it for your own skin.
Huh. More enemies. Time for a buzz. This combat needs optimizing. At this speed, too slow. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them!
Tedious. A blade of moonlight.
The time is now. Lend me your strength.
Nowhere to run!
All will be revealed. In lunar flame!
You'll destroy the space station!
Receive divinity.
Good as new.
Eternal sleep is not the end.
The dead will return!
That which is seized must be repaid.
Time for a buzz.
Allow me to see you off. Abyss flower, bloom.
Ready for death.
You'll pay for this.
Nothing major. Pity.
Stand down and I'll spare you. Bleed light, roaring flood. Try harder.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them! The time is now. Lend me your strength.
Tedious. All will be revealed. In lunar flame!
Receive divinity.
Save it for your own skin. A blade of moonlight.
Eternal sleep is not...
The dead will return!
That which is seized must be repaid.
This battle is unavoidable. The time is now. Lend me your strength.
Nowhere to run! The end of it. broken sword. You don't want to let go of the past, do you, Blade?
Expect a decisive victory, Lady Branya. Imbibiter Lunae. It feels like an age since we stood shoulder to shoulder.
Let's wait and see.
An emanator of propagation clone? How can that be?
Do we still have the upper hand?
Heaven's search.
Allow me to see you off.
Receive divinity.
Thanks for the support. Inputting commands. Whoa. Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for good old counterattack.
A blade of moonlight.
Nothing major.
I wish not to use this strength. Awaken dormant scales. Delve hidden moon. World cleansing dragon.
Oh!
Abyss flower, bloom.
Save it for your own skin. All will be revealed. In lunar flame!
You'll destroy the space station.
Heaven's search. Celestial dragon.
I'll contain them.
Pity,
Enemy data
you chose
secured.
the wrong enemy.
Net markers activated. Time for good old counterattack.
Eternal sleep is
The dead will return.
that which is seized must be repaid.
Not yet. Not now.
Enemy targets detected. Inputting commands. Whoa. I miscalculated.
Let's wait and see.
An emanator of propagation clone? How can that be?
Receive divinity.
Thanks for the support. Do we still have the upper hand? Oh!
I sense a storm.
Allow me to see you off.
Stand down.
I wish not to use the strength.
Pity, you chose the wrong enemy. Abyss flower, bloom.
Thanks for the support. Commencing support.
Eternal sleep is not the dead will return. That which is seized must be repaid.
Ready for another? Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for good old counterattack.
A blade of moonlight.
Time to settle your accounts.
Inputting commands.
All will be revealed. In lunar flame!
You'll destroy the space station! Sense a storm. Heaven surge. Dragon. Rise!
Enemy targets detected. Enough. Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for good old counterattack.
Allow me to see you off. Receive divinity.
Save it for your own skin.
surge. Celestial dragon. Break! Awaken lumen scales. Delve hidden moon. World cleansing dragon.
Ready for another?
Pity, you chose the wrong enemy. Abyss flower, bloom.
Thanks for the support.
That which is seized must be repaid.
Try harder.
I'll contain them.
I wish not to use this strength. Heaven surge. Dragon.
Time.
Enough.
Allow me to see you off. Receive divinity.
Save it for your own skin.
I'll contain them.
Sense of storm.
Pity, you chose the wrong enemy. After 56 seconds, the creature was unable to sustain its own existence and vanished as if it had never been born. The threat is over. Time to get going.
Is it over? I need to get some answers out of RUAN MEI.
The meeting of geniuses is over. As for the future of the simulated universe, that conclusion isn't important. What's important is your task. You look upset, correct? I regret my actions. There's no defending what I've done. Time and again, my experiments have fallen short, and they've always yielded predictable results. I made a clone, but it doesn't hold a candle to the Emanator. How should I have explained it to you? I'm not good at communicating with others. Restrained by time and place, its code of life could only be considered an incomplete attempt. I managed to replicate the moment it was born. However, it would soon disappear and be reduced to particles. Like every living being, it inevitably faced its demise as it journeyed towards the end. I find no fault in that. However, even the briefest life should have meaning. I want to know the limits of its capacity. It will indicate how far I've gone in a field completely incomprehensible to me. And it was a minuscule step, just as I had predicted. I do not have a life outside of research. People always think this price is unimaginable, but it seems rather acceptable to me. I must admit, I'm not fond of scenarios where everything aligns perfectly with my expectations. An experiment should have its unforeseen twists. That's where the joy lies. Even the most predictable storylines can have their pleasant surprises. I have to admit that these little ones born in the process sometimes move me. I see a human-like response in them. It is a concept completely opposite to that of divinity. They have emotions. Emotions may be either positive or negative. However, the love rooted in the depths of their heart is eternal and unchanging. They're still a long way from becoming geniuses, and are therefore unable to discern whether this love is one of friendship, romance, or familial love. That being said, can even geniuses tell the difference? I cannot, at least. I do not understand what love is, and cannot respond to their feelings. Do you believe my actions were wrong? There's no need to tell me your answer. I just felt like asking the question. How should I take care of them? Perhaps leaving them at the space station is the best choice. Do I seem irresponsible? I'm sorry. I am often at a loss as to how to face my own creations. The effects of the anti-truth serum will also wear off. If others mention me to you in the future, you can answer however you like. Or even pretend you never knew me. After all, your memory of me will soon dissipate like smoke. Over time, hidden truths tend to surface. Past traumas, which I'd rather leave behind, have made me skeptical about trusting anyone but myself. If I do not want a secret revealed, the most foolproof way is to destroy it. The anti-truth serum will make you forget the brief period we spent together. It won't take effect immediately. It is a slow, intangible process, like the sweet fragrance of lotus leaves, plum blossom, sticky rice, and frosting sugar. Perhaps you'll remember someone performed selfish experiments on the space station, but you will no longer remember their identity. Perhaps we'll meet again someday, but you won't be able to connect me with the recollection. That way, the connection between life forms will be erased. Friendships, secrets, grudges, lies, all will disappear. It will make our lives more relaxing. I believe you. Screwlum will stay on the space station for a while longer. He and Herta still have problems they need to solve. As for me, I'm leaving soon and won't bother with goodbyes. Do you still remember the no man's land I mentioned? I'm considering a solo trip back there during my research downtime, just to see how things are. I miss member number 55 Yu Qingtu sometimes. She used to always make something delicious for me to drink every time we parted ways. I hope I won't meet member number 4 Polka Kakamond. That would be quite troublesome. Who knows when the next gathering of geniuses will be? Do you have anything else you want to say to me? I find that difficult to answer. I thank you, Mr. Assistant. If fate allows and you're interested, upon our next meeting, we could journey to No Man's Land and traverse its tranquil glaciers. Though I suppose it wouldn't be No Man's Land anymore. What a conundrum.
Old friends meet yet again. All remains as it did yesterday.
Newsflash. Good evening, Madame Herta fans. This is an urgent broadcast. The great Madame Herta, member 83 of the Genius Society, has been targeted in an attack at the space station. Her current whereabouts are unknown, with no group having stepped forward to claim responsibility. Many Heritors are upset at the ineptitude of upper management, having issued strong protest and condemnation.
Mr. Scrollum, this was a premeditated attack.
Conclusion. Their target was the space station, but their strategies are still unknown to us.
That's right. Which is precisely why we need him. The last to lay eyes on Herta's puppet before the attack was him.
And you are?
This is Dr. Ratio of the Intelligentsia Guild, a delegate from the IPC.
He's only just woken up, dazed. He may need a few pointers. Ah, we cross paths again. Do you remember me? Of course. Why would you? Memory is such a fickle thing, after all.
Mr. Trailblazer, you must have many questions. Please be patient. Asta will explain it all to you.
You probably know the gist of things already. A few system hours ago, one of Madame Herta's puppets was attacked by an unknown perpetrator. We don't know the location of the puppet, and we can't pinpoint its signal. No. The attack happened on a base outside the station, beyond the surveillance camera's range. She's away on a visit. This issue didn't seem to trouble her much.
She received an invitation from the IPC before the attack occurred.
Ah, the technology department. Charming little place, isn't it? Madame Yabuli does possess some semblance of competence, but her subordinates? Oof. Oh, they're a riot. Brimming with enthusiasm, yet utterly devoid of intellect. It's as if evolution halted prematurely for them. They want to start some new collaborations with Herta, and have graciously extended an invite for me to play the role of science consultant. It's delightfully amusing. I can't wait to witness firsthand how these geniuses from the so-called Super Smart Club squander the IPC's vast resources. However, this attack was timed a little too well. I can't help but wonder if someone leaked this information, and the attackers seized the opportunity. Herta's aloof response to these juvenile provocations? Almost as intriguing. What a delightful little puzzle.
I've long heard that you're one of the best researchers in the guild, Dr. Ratio. We are honored to have your assistance.
Save your flattery. Time is hardly a luxury we can squander. To debate the merits of mere mortals in the company of an actual genius? Quite the paradox, if you ask me. Excuse me, you. Tell me, what were you doing the last time you saw that puppet? Don't play the fool. Think.
I think I was.
Oh, right. I need your help with something else. That curio's gone missing, and I can't just forget about it. Go find it for me when you have the time. I'm sure you can manage that, can't you? Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's alive, but it doesn't have a body. Send me a signal when you see traces of it.
I think she mentioned something important, but I can't remember. If only there were some hints, then maybe...
Anyway, keep up the good work. I need to go out for a bit. Go ask Asta if you want someone to help you.
My memory is kind of hazy. What did I do after that? I think Herta mentioned Asta. That's right, I think I visited Asta.
Old friends, meet yet again. Old friends, meet yet again. Old friends meet yet again. Old friends meet yet again.
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. Send me a signal when you see traces of...
I think she mentioned something important, but I can't remember. If only there were some hint.
Anyway, keep up the good work. I need to go out.
This is what I recall before I met Herta, but I can't remember some of the details. Let me try to remember the conversation with Asta.
A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body. Sorry, but nothing comes to mind. Maybe the researchers at the Departments of Ecology or Insight may have an idea? Hinkle and are around here somewhere. I'd suggest you ask them about it.
Asta seems to have mentioned two names. Two researchers from the Departments of Ecology and Insight.
Those despicable villains are distorting the truth online. Ugh. If I discover who's behind this, they're gonna wish they'd never crossed me. A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body? Isn't that just a jinx? Oh, nowadays people call them wubbaboos? Well, I might be the Department of Ecology head, but I'm not the most knowledgeable person when it comes to curios. Adler would be of more help, but he's been investigating some paranormal phenomenon. I haven't seen him all day. I must say, it's a little embarrassing for the space station to be in such disarray while guests are visiting. We've been through a huge crisis and are still recovering. But there are some who are trying to exploit the chaos to agitate the workforce. People are growing more and more distrustful of the management here. It's probably turned into a big headache for Asta, too. Never mind, I shouldn't be telling you this. It's something that we researchers need to resolve ourselves. Pretend I didn't say anything.
Adler. Right. Then I ran into Arlen. Adler was with him. And was that... Adler was with Arlen. They were involved in some sort of incident.
What? He went to the scene alone with Peppy? How could you let him?
Calm down, Brother Arlen. I know you're upset.
We're walking the dog.
We're having a walk.
Like I said, we're walking the dog.
So I'm the dog?
They seem to be hiding.
Oh, really? What a coincidence. That kid sure is brave, running straight to the scene on his own. No. Brother Arlen,
Can you... Let's walk and talk. Why are you looking for Adler? A lost curio. I see. He'll be able to help. Careful. The fragmentum in this area is very unstable. Over there! As I thought, he's in trouble. Let's go!
Do we still have the upper hand? Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for good old counterattack! I'll contain them.
I wish not to use this strength. Heaven's surge. Cloud-bearing dragon. Rise!
We have the upper hand. Enough.
I sense a storm.
Allow me to see you off.
Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for good old counterattack!
A blade of moonlight.
Enemy targets detected. I'll contain them.
I wish not to use this strength.
Peppy! Are you okay?
That's me. What's up?
He wants to ask you something about curios. I'll leave you to it. Adler, Peppy's in your hands now. Oh, about that investigation I asked for.
Don't worry. I think I figured something out. Catch you later. So, which curio do you want to know about? That's all you got. Well, there's Have you asked the Department of Ecology head? She's not wrong. But that doesn't feel entirely right either.
Huh? What did I say?
Huh. Now that you... Let's call it a day.
Adler seems to have... Let's go over it from the start. I may have overlooked something. Right. Asta mentioned another name. My memories of Arlen and Adler are hazy.
A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body. Sorry, but nothing comes to mind. How's it going? Did you find the information you're after? I see. See? My researchers are pretty outstanding. Just business as usual, nothing to worry about. Oh. After the Legion's invasion, the space station has been under constant scrutiny. Physical damage can be easily repaired, but it takes a long time to heal the wounds in people's hearts. Some researchers have been questioning the management and security of the space station ever since the invasion. Things had settled down a bit with the reconstruction efforts, but the researchers' disappearances have rattled them again. Yes, 4 researchers have inexplicably disappeared in a matter of days. No exit logs, no traces, vanished. People were just starting to regain their footing after the catastrophe. I didn't want panic to spread, so I suppressed the reports and told the security department to investigate in secret. However, as you can see, it's hard to keep secrets in a sardine can like this. Rebuilding trust is harder than establishing it in the first place. I'm concerned someone's pulling strings to sway public opinion. Anyway, the most important thing is to get to the bottom of the disappearances. That's okay, but thank you for the offer. Aren't you helping Madame Herta with something already? Oh, by the way, I heard about the thing mentioned, and I'll look into it too. I'll find a way to solve the problem for the space station.
So I did consult someone else other than Hinkle. The only thing I remember is that they're from the Department of Insight. The other person should be from the Department of Insight. I need to remember who it is.
Old friends meet yet again. Old friends meet yet again.
The other person should be from the Department of Insight. I need to remember who it is. Identifying that person is crucial. It It could be the key to making sense of everything.
Old friends meet yet again. Old friends meet yet again.
Hey, what brings you here, Rich? It's been so long.
I'm not that wonderful. I'm just okay.
It's all taken care of. As long as the money's there, it's all good. Here's the account you asked for. It's legit and secure, allowing you to connect straight to the intranet.
Sure. Can I help you with something?
Oh, you flatter me. I'm just a peddler doing a little business on the side. Small scale. Best left under the table. But if you ever make it big in the guild, don't forget your humble friend, okay?
Again? How many times has it been? You're really pushing my buttons.
Here too. My memories are just a jumbled mess of words. Did my memory piece together irrelevant information? Now I remember. The other person is Emily. She was at the base zone. What did Emily say?
Old friends meet yet again.